Hi everybody, I'm Pia from Stitches and Scraps, and today I want to show you two different ways of making a picot. A picot is this little lump that you see here on top of my work, and they're great for decorative edgings. I recently released my Gold Coast Lapgan, which has picots combined with shells on the edgings, and I'll put the link for that in the description on the video. But what a picot amounts to, what it really is a chain loop, and in this case it's chain 3. You will see different sizes, but usually it's chain 3. And then it's slip stitched back into the last stitch that you made to kind of close off the chain and make it into this little loop here. So that's all a picot is. It's just a loop of chains that's closed off onto itself. So let me show you these two different ways of making them. They look very similar, as you can see. The real difference is right here in how it looks in the front. You can see this one looks like it's got 2 lines going across it, and this one has the 1 line going across it. It's just a matter of where you put that slip stitch. Both of these ways are correct, so whichever one you prefer is fine. Just be consistent within a project and do it the same way every time. So let's do one, and I'll show you how to do both ways. First, I'm doing a double crochet, and then I'm going to do my picot into the double crochet. So I'm going to chain 3 for the picot. And now the first way is to slip stitch into this double crochet just like you normally would if you were working into the stitch, which is under these 2 loops from the V here. So let's do that one first. I'm going under both of those loops. You can see there's that 3rd loop on the bottom. Let me see there. Can you see that? And then here are the 2 loops on top. So I'm going under the 2 loops on the top and just doing a slip stitch like I normally would. Okay, that's the first picot, and I'll show that to you in a minute. Let's do another couple of double crochet here, and then I'm going to do the second type of picot. Now you can see, once we get a couple more double crochets in there, you can see what this picot looks like, and you can see those 2 little lines right there. So that's the first method of doing a picot. Now the second method, I'm going to chain 3, and I'm not going to go under these 2 loops. I'm going to go under just the front loop here and this leg of my stitch. So I guess that's the left leg of the stitch. So that's going to turn it just slightly to the left. It's going to turn the stitch just slightly to the left. So that is my second way of doing a picot. Let me get a couple stitches in here so you can see it. And there you go. Those are the 2 different ways of doing a picot. Now I worked this one into a double crochet. Let's see what it looks like in a, let's try a half double crochet. Okay, so if I do a half double crochet and then I chain 3, okay, now I have a choice. I can go, I'm going to go in this front loop, and I can go either in this loop or I can go into this loop. This loop is kind of far down on the bottom, so I'm going to choose this loop right here, and I'm going to slip stitch into that. So again, that's that diagonal loop from the yarn over and the front loop here of this stitch. Okay, and that is my picot into a half double crochet. Now let's try it into a single crochet. So on the single crochet, it looks just like the top of a double crochet. So I'm going to go into this front loop, and then just like I did on the top of the double crochet, I'm going to go into this left leg and then slip stitch through both of those. And let me get a couple more stitches in here, and then I'll show you what all of these look like. So here is the first method of doing a picot, and that was into a double crochet. And then here's the same thing done into a double crochet. This is the second method where I went into the front loop and one of the loops of the stitch. And this is that same second method. Now here it is in a half double crochet, and I went again into that diagonal line from the yarn over and the front loop of the stitch. And then here it is in a single crochet where I did it just like the top of the double crochet. So I went into the left leg and this front loop. So those are some ways to make picots. And again, consistency matters more than whichever method you choose. So whatever you prefer, as long as you do it the same way every time. within a pattern, within a project. Thanks for watching.